Welcome, everybody. I've been through some shit. I just killed the demon, um, the two demons from this DLC, the demon from below and the demon in pain. And they were very unique. They were the single most handily brought back bosses of memory from other Souls games that I had in a long time. These bosses really pushed me to the boundaries of what I think this DLC can provide. This is as far as I've been so far, is up to these demon bosses, and so far this DLC is really showing me what push and drive they can put into this last finale, so to say, of content they want to give us. I am completely bewildered. I am completely ecstatic. I am so encouraged. What I just went through was the most thrilling, exhilarating feeling I've ever felt. When I was sitting there killing those bosses, I knew for a fact that I had them. But when it came to the second phase, not spoiling anything for anyone that might not have played it yet, but when it came to the second phase, I could get it. It was the tap. It was the tactical the plays that you make that determine whether or not you're going to win the actual battle. And the thing is, my tactical plays were just in your face and just keep under you. People who beat it, you know what I'm talking about when I say keep under you. That tactic, yeah, I kept to that. But there were some moves that caught me off guard where I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't see anything that was happening, and it just killed me straight up first hit. And um, it was very frustrating, but I had this tingling feeling at the back of my brain telling me, this is fucking amazing. I love this. I wanted to die more so I could experience more of this boss. This boss, these bosses really changed my outlook on what Souls is. It's been so bland so far. It's been so unorganic, just the way everything's been done through PvP, through ganking, everything just got stale for me. But when I versed these two demon bosses, it really showed me what Souls really is. Soulsborne really is. It is a fucking invigorating drug, adrenaline hit that hits you and makes you feel so happy about yourself, and it went good. It went very good. I can't wait for more. I'm not stressing about the items. I'm finding them along my way, along my travels, but the I'm just immersing myself in everything of this DLC. It's so it's hard to explain. It looks so minimalistic to the naked eye, but if you're down here, if you're in the barracks, if you're in the bloodworks, actually getting your hands dirty in this environment, then you realize this place is fucking immersive. This is great. This is giant. So far, has to be ranked one of my most favorite, so far, most favorite DLC from Dark Souls in general. It is out of, it's off the fucking chain, man. Fuck. This NPC, he's a bit of a patches seeming guy. Uh, I really don't trust him. I've only met him up to a certain degree, but my travels ventured onward, and I really can't wait to see what he has to offer next. If he's going to kick us down a pit, or he's just going to joyously join our travels as an NPC summon. Who knows what this guy's going to do, but these enemies right here, Heralds, if their weapon refers to their name correctly, they are a very, very beautiful looking beast in the Soul series in general. They are very obscured and just completely distorted and very. It just gives you a sense of dread and death when you look at them. I love the artistic vibe you get from these things. They're very they're hollow. They give off a hollow scent. They maybe are hollow, but he gave me a Titanite slab, and you can't fucking say no to someone that gives you a Titanite slab. That stuff is very, very, very rare in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, but still, the animation you give to these guys if you lunge attack on their void of a with a brain stem, their little hole, peak hole that they have there that holds their humanity is very satisfying, and it looks beautiful. I have to give it to them. Here it is, my favorite curved sword so far yet. I never got into the curved great swords, but this one, I really have the vibe to get into the curved great sword. I was always a niche sort of character where I'd just keep to the dexterity side of things with katanas and everything like that, small weapons. I always fucked with the big weapons in Dark Souls 2 just because I was such a high new game that it just took like more chunks out of the boss's health than normal weapons, and that's why I just stuck to this. But when I started Dark Souls 3, I kept to the sort of dexterity side of weapons, and I never got a chance to try out the large ultras and all that. It just seemed so sluggish and like hard for me to use, and I never used it. And reason being is because in PvP I never got a chance to use it, so I stopped using it. But after seeing this weapon that these heralds are using, they look very beautiful and very nice, and I'm going to start using them from a good point on. This got me into this weapon itself. Just the aesthetic view has opened up a portal in me to go and visit the old ultra weapons because I never got a chance to use them. They just seemed to. I kept them plus 10 in my inventory, but I never used them because they were too big for me. But it looks beautiful with the blessed weapon, the ultra. I mean the curved great swords. It's just a more hack and slash, like hack and thrash sort of vibe you get with these ultra. I mean, sorry, they're curved great swords. They're not ultra. If you see compared to the exiled, this one it weighs less, but it does less damage. And if you can see from the description, the sword sank into the dark with the Legion, where their blades were severely corroded. You can definitely see this in the design of the blade itself. If you can look at the top left corner there, it's all like fleshy and bloody, gory guts. It makes your skin crawl, but it looks very cool. It was bladed. It was a gold-plated weapon until it was sunk into the abyss and it was corroded. And where the warriors that wielded these swords, it laid there with them. They were fancied with the dark, but when I was using this weapon and I had a chance to use the battle art of this weapon, it drew me into it because the moveset is similar. It's very reminiscent of these enemies that you're fighting, just jumping in the air and just slamming their sword, blade first, down onto the enemies. And the swipe that you get from the running attacks is just very beautiful. It just swoops through the air. And you see here the trippy ass aesthetic of this place, how it's got like, it'll make your mind fuck. But anyway, aggressive playstyles must be implemented if you were going to survive in this treacherous land. Here's the thing, from Dark Souls 1, I didn't really play that aggressive. I was always just adapting myself to the game style. It was my first Souls game, Dark Souls 1, and I was just trying to adapt myself. I didn't really have a play style. But then when you go onward, I started having an affinity for the sorcery and stuff from Dark Souls 2. That's why I made a Dark Souls 2 sorcerer-based character, female. And after that, I started getting into aggressive play from Bloodborne, getting in there and getting your hits in quick, the rally system and all that. And I sort of meshed all those playstyles together into what I do here in Dark Souls, just in your face, constantly DPS. The whole goal is for DPS for me. It's more fun. It's sort of a meta when you jump into the boss arena. See how fast, how many hits you can get in before the boss can hit you. That sort of playstyle it brings like more fun to the whole Dark Souls experience. Seeing how low can you go, shit like that. Get in their face. That's how I like playing. This new weapon I've just acquired. It's gonna be a curious thing to do. It's gonna be a weird thing to try and pull off, trying to bring it to a boss room. But here's the thing, I brought it into the demon boss room, and I completely annihilated them. Yeah, this Harold curved greatsword is going to be one of my new favorite weapons. I can see it, and you should use it. Alright, latest guys.